Hello and welcome to Edinburgh Watch Company. My name is Jonathan, and on today's video I'm going to talk to you about and show you a really smart Breitling sports chronograph that we have just taken into stock. Now you can find out more about this watch by visiting our website at edinburghwatchcompany.co.uk, and there you'll find some photographs we've taken, technical specification and pricing. So this particular watch we have here is called the Breitling Chronomat Evolution. And as you can see here, it's a full set watch. It was bought back in 2004. It's had just one owner from new. And it's just back from our service company, so it's all been checked over. It's running to chronometer time. It's all been polished, the case and bracelet has been pressure tested and looking just really like new. It's in beautiful condition. Now we're really great advocates for provenance in a watch, and therefore having something that has all its original box and papers, I think really makes such a difference to the value of the watch and also its ease to resell it again as well. So this has just everything. So you have here its outer box here. In this generation, Breitling had what they call Bakelite boxes, and it's a really nice box. I don't think they really do that so much anymore, but anyhow this one's got one and it's in great condition. You've also got the instruction manuals here. And then this one here is the Chronometer Certificate, so that's ensuring that it's performing to within -4 to +6 seconds per day to sort of have that chronometer standard. So we do quite a lot of Breitlings actually. We're a great fan of the brand. I think they're a superb looking watch. I remember I was bought an earlier version of this, a Chronomat many years ago, and I don't think I took it off my wrist for about 10 years. Absolutely loved it. It's just a really well-made sports watch. The Chronomat Evolution, however, changed slightly. Case became a little bit bigger. They introduced some new features to the watch, and this I think is a really lovely example, particularly with this black dial here and the gold hour markers as well. It contrasts really well. So let's have a look at it now. I'll take it out of its box and we can let the camera just get slightly closer to it here. So just going from the top down, first of all the glass, what we call the sapphire crystal there, it's slightly domed in beautiful condition. The bezel here is in stainless steel, but what we call these keepers here, these are in 18 karat gold. So it's a nice contrast that runs starting from the top here. We then go onto the dial itself, and you can see there with the black dial, but the sub dials here for the chronograph function are in gold as well, so it looks really well. You've got the Breitlng wings here, which you don't tend to see so much these days, and then a nice little sort of square border around the date window as well. This bezel here turns, but it's only one direction. It's what we call it, a unidirectional bezel. Purpose being is that, you know, if you're going to use this for diving, you can actually set and point it to the hour marker, and that will ensure that you can see how much time you have remaining in your tank. That's certainly an underwater use. Practically it's also quite good if you've got a parking meter, you want to see how much time you've got left on it. You can set this here to the minute hand, and then when you've got 30 minutes to go, it makes it easy to see. The main part of the case and the bracelet is in stainless steel, and you can see here it has a polished look to it, so very sporty yet elegant. The hour markers here are in this sort of Arabic design, very nice. And then on the side of the case there you have the crown and the two chronograph buttons there, again in 18 karat gold. To ensure that this watch is waterproof, you screw the crown into the case, and you also do the same here for the chronograph functions there, so you can see me unwinding the top and the bottom one there until they sit proud, and then just with a firm push on the top one here, this starts the chronograph there. So this top second hand now going around there, and then once it's gone round for 1 minute, you'll start to see the chronograph subdials actually recording the time as well. To stop it, again, we just push this one here and then firmly on the bottom one there, and that resets it. I'll just change the angle there slightly so you can appreciate the colour of the dial. And then once we finish, we just screw these pushers there into the case, just finger tight, and that'll just ensure it's waterproof for you. The bracelet on this one again follows that theme of steel and gold that runs all the way through it there. So again, really smart there, all been polished up. Our jewelers are fantastic actually, their polishing skills are they're really good. You can see there the steel and the gold, just think works very well. You then have the deployment clasp there, and you have those familiar Breitlng wings there. And it has a safety clasp on it too, so it's not going to open when you don't want it to. What we do here, we just gently pull that to open that there, and then you can put your finger in here or just pull it gently there, and you have the deployment clasp there. You can see there it's in solid steel, so really well made. And then look at the back, really nice back there with the various engravings on the back of the watch there. So I think it's a really super looking watch, and value for money as well. I think it's really well priced. I'll also let you have a look at it on my wrist. Now I've got quite a big wrist, it's about 8 inches, and this is even too big for me, but I'll just give you an idea of perspective on kind of how it looks on the wrist there. And also if we just put it there, you can see it's thick but it's not too thick, so you know you'll get a jacket over it. It'll go underneath some shirt cuffs, but it's definitely a slightly chunkier watch. I've got a 40mm watch there, and you can just see the slight difference perhaps there of the thickness of it, but it is, you know, it's a chronograph one, and traditionally chronograph watches are that little bit thicker than you'll get. I think the Daytona is a bit of an exception to that. They managed to keep it very thin. But that is our Breitling Chronomat Evolution. So just to recap on that for you, it's a 2004 watch, complete with all its box and papers, just come back from our service centre in tip-top condition and ready to be enjoyed for a long time, and at a fraction of what that would cost you to replace it with an equivalent watch today. Thank you for taking the time to watch. We've got lots more videos coming along soon. Bye bye.